Okay, there's one simple thing that you can do to dramatically improve your psychological and physiological reaction to stress. By the way, my name's Hazel Gale. I'm a former therapist and creator of the stress relief game Betwixt, but that's not my tip here. So when we feel stressed, usually we focus on the stressor, the object of our anger, fear, or overload, because we're desperate to get rid of it. And sure, if you're stressed and there's a healthy and productive way to remove the stressor entirely, then go for it. The problem is that that's not usually the case, and continuing to focus on something distressful that we cannot change or control is really quite destructive. It's also not the whole picture. If you want to change your mindset around something that feels stressful to you, then you need to factor in the positive motivation behind your stress. And there is always something that fits the bill. If you care enough to feel threatened, that means that something you value is seemingly at risk. Give your attention to that thing and you put the ball back in your court. Let me explain with an example. Say you're stressed because you have a presentation coming up and you're worried that you're going to mess it up. So what's the thing of value that seems to be at stake here? You value being professional, perhaps. There are a million ways you could answer that question. Whatever it is that comes up for you, write it all down at the top of a sheet of paper. And then underneath it, list all of the behaviors that could align you with that value or aim. In other words, operationalize the value. What you end up with is a list of positive, actionable ways to protect what you value and perhaps bring more of it to your life. Doing these things might not magically dissolve your feeling of stress because life is stressful and stress is healthy and it's all fine. But what they do allow you to do is to look away from the stressor, which is usually out of your control, and onto the things you can affect and change instead. In other words, they allow you to fill your awareness with information about the things that give you a sense of agency and help you to feel connected with yourself, as opposed to the things that make you feel weak and vulnerable and powerless. Because although you can't dictate what happens to you in life, you can decide what you give your energy to. And that's all you need to do. I hope this helps.